Most people aren't stuck because they don't know what to do. They're stuck because they're waiting to feel ready. And the truth is, clarity doesn't come before you start, it comes after. Hello, my beautiful, elegant ladies. Welcome to the first episode of Yana Viv Standard, your holistic guide to mastering the art of becoming. Together, we explore the beauty of life, mindset, and self development. So, if you're ready to step into your highest version, let's master the art of becoming. I am so excited to be here with you, ladies, and to finally share my thoughts in this beautiful, safe space that we are creating together. I am nervous because 4 years I've been waiting to start a podcast, and now it is finally happening. And honestly, it all came down to one simple decision, which is I chose to start. And I truly believe that in time, we're going to build a wonderful community here, a space for women who are on their journey to becoming their highest selves. Because my deeper purpose is to help create a beautiful world where women understand themselves deeply, connect with their true purpose, and feel empowered to create something meaningful, not just for themselves, but for the world. This is the Yana Viv Standard. So, if you found this episode, maybe you want to start something and you haven't started it yet. I don't know, maybe because you don't know how and where to actually begin, or maybe you don't have the perfect setup or tools or equipment. Or maybe you're afraid of failing or scared of what other people might think or say about you. Whatever your reason may be, I am going to help you how to actually start right now, even if it's still messy, confusing, and uncertain. This is your sign to just start. And before we start on the main points, why don't we show some love to our first ever episode by following and sharing this to just one person in your circle who you think may be wanting to start a project or a step towards their dream goal? It brings so much love and energy to me, and it will greatly inspire me to create more beautiful episodes for you all. So, for our first point, what really is the reality of starting? Starting does not require perfection. While some of us think that we need the perfect equipment, the perfect angle, or the perfect time and place to start, the truth is, starting can be messy. It is uncertain, and most of the time, it feels uncomfortable. There are times that you would doubt yourself, there will be sleepless nights, and there will be times when you're going to question if you're good enough for this or if you're really capable of doing something consistently for a long period of time. And sometimes you compare your day one to someone else's peak of success. I know it because it's me. But you know why we think like that? It's because our mind is designed to protect us from unfamiliar places or situations. It is very normal for our mind to keep us safe. That's why we overthink every little detail and all the possible outcomes. But the question is there a real danger? Or is it just our mind's way of keeping us safe from the invisible danger, which is the fear of judgment, lack of support from our family or friends, and our own expectations and perfectionism? And the thing is, these are all valid. It is completely normal. Every single person who has ever created something meaningful had to face the same fears because it is the reality of starting. It is really scary to start from scratch. But you know what? You have a complete control over your mind and you can shift your mindset. So if you're feeling scared, unsure, or even stuck right now, that doesn't mean you're not ready. It simply means you're human, and this is a great indicator that you are indeed starting. Now, let's talk about your deepest why. Because when things get hard, and they will for sure, your why is what will keep you grounded. It would be your anchor, and you will come back to it whenever you encounter struggles or hardships along the way. So, have you asked yourself, why do you want to start? Why do you want to move to this city? Why do you want to be a content creator or a podcaster? And why do you want to start that business? Is it because you want freedom? Or you want to express yourself? Or you want to build something of your own? Or maybe create a life or a legacy that feels aligned and meaningful? Or maybe it's because deep down you know that there's more for you. That quiet voice inside you that says you're meant for something greater than this. I know it because that's exactly what I felt. And whatever your reason is, it doesn't have to make sense to anyone else. Whatever your reason is, it just have to make sense to you. It just have to be strong enough to move you forward, to be your North Star and your moral compass, guiding you towards the right direction, towards your goal. Because when your purpose is clear, your fear becomes smaller. And now, let's talk about what it really takes for you to start. You have to be really honest with yourself. First, it takes courage. Not the kind where you're fearless and kind of a steel that no one can break, but the kind where you're scared and you still show up anyway. That's the kind of courage we're talking about. Starting can also take a certain level of being unbothered. You have to be okay with not everyone understanding your vision, or with being seen as a beginner, or being misunderstood a lot. It takes a certain level of inner peace where you're no longer shaken by others' opinions, criticisms, and doubts. And you also have to be okay with imperfect action, because perfection is just a fear in disguise. And most importantly, starting takes a positive mindset. A mindset that says, I don't need to have everything figured out. I can learn as I go. I trust myself enough to try. And even if I fail or make mistakes, I can stand back up and try again. Because the version of you who has already succeeded, she started before she even felt ready. She silenced the doubts from herself and from others, and she carried herself through repeated failures with grace and self determination. She didn't let failure define her, she let it refine her. She understood that every setback was shaping her, teaching her, and strengthening her for the version of herself that is yet to come. She showed up on the days she didn't feel motivated. She kept going even when no one was watching, supporting, and applauding her. And she chose discipline over comfort and growth over fear. And most importantly, she never made failure mean that she should stop. She made it mean that she was getting closer than ever. Because success isn't about getting it right the first time, it is about becoming the kind of woman who does not give up on herself. And that woman, she's already within you. She is the same you years down the road, and she's just calling you right now and waiting for you to start. And finally, starting anyway. Because when you start, something shifts. You grow in ways you didn't expect. You learn things you could never learn just by thinking about it. You begin to understand yourself on a deeper level. And you realize what works for you and what doesn't. And you build confidence not from perfection, but from action. And yes, challenges will happen. But here's the beautiful part. You begin to trust yourself. You begin to build self confidence. You begin to see that you can handle difficult things, that you can adapt, and that you can keep going. And the hardest part is always the first step. But once you take it, once you keep moving, even though slowly, you will get there. Not rushed, not force, but at the right time. So if you've been waiting for a sign, this is your sign to start. Start messy, start scared, start unsure, but start anyway. Because your future self is already thanking you for it. Thank you so much, ladies, for listening to our very first episode. If this episode resonated with you, don't forget to rate the podcast 5 stars, leave a comment, and share your thoughts or takeaways. I would absolutely love to read them. And if you feel called to, share this with a friend or someone you love who might need this message today. It would really mean the world to me. And if you have any topic suggestions, just let me know in the comments. And don't forget to follow our podcast and Instagram at yanaviv.com. And always remember, this is your life, so keep showing up, keep growing, and keep mastering the art of becoming. I love you guys and see you on our next episode. Bye!